Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald of Second Swing Golf here at Second Swing Minnetonka, joined by Kevin Kraft, master club fitter from our Columbia store. He's in the Twin Cities to look at, well, Srixon drivers. So we've got, right now, you've got the ZX5 Mark II, and then I've got the ZXi. So they've updated their, the nomenclature for one on the driver series. They have ZXi, ZXi LS, and ZXi Max now.
Correct.
So we're testing what I believe is sort of the standard model of each series, the ZX5 Mark II and the ZXi.
The one to reach the most people.
Yes. Also, we need to note that they did change their loft.
They did.
Standard lofts as well. So we're going to have some slight differences in the lofted lie potentially throughout this. But yeah, so tell me what you experienced fitting the ZX Mark II drivers, specifically that one, and then what you've seen initially out of ZXi.
I would say, sadly, Srixon gets kind of overlooked
In drivers,
in drivers, right? I mean, when you're talking about TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, Cobra, Titleist, those five are going to get the vast majority of the people asking for it. And we don't have time, and customers don't have the swings to hit 6 different brands in a driver fitting. So unless somebody comes in specifically asking for Srixon, likelihood is we're not hitting this as often. It's a good feeling driver, it's a stable driver, and it produces pretty good numbers. So there's no real reason to keep it out of the fitting bay, but when you ask somebody what they want to hit, and they tell you what they want to hit.
It's a brand awareness thing in a lot of respects. I mean, we should note and clarify, it's not a performance thing.
No, it's not. And the same thing with Mizuno too.
Yeah.
They're Srixon and Mizuno are really known to the overall public as iron companies.
Yes.
Right? Everybody talks about their irons. They don't talk about the woods. They've had good woods.
Yes.
Both Mizuno and Srixon have had good woods for quite a while. So maybe this will help with brand awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to see the performance here today. You're going to hit ZX5 Mark II a few times, then we'll switch over to ZXi. Let's talk quickly about hosel configuration and shaft as well, just so we're clear on that.
This is a 9.5 head. I've got it on the lowest setting, so I've got it at 8.
Okay.
Which is typically where I play my drivers.
Okay.
So
shaft-wise,
I've got the Denali Red. I love this shaft for a stock offering because it's the closest feel to an Autoflex that I've been able to find so far.
Yeah, which is what you play.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. And then with the ZXi, are you going to tune this down as well?
I'll try to make it as close as possible.
As it can. I know it's not going to be the same.
So I think I can take this down 1. So I think they'll both be 8.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. So yeah, let's get after it here with ZX5 Mark II.
That came off the toe.
It had been a little bit there since you swung a driver, so I apologize for making you a little rusty. But
I was still got up 105.5. I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and for a toe banger, those are pretty good numbers.
As Kevin is swinging here, I'll also note for the viewers, if this looks and feels potentially a little different than the typical videos we film here in the Minnetonka store, that's because we are in a different location today. Our normal content bay is under construction. So we've made an adjustment to one of the demo bays today. And it is a little crowded, but we're able to swing and hit balls 300 yards right down the middle, I guess. That was really good. Wow.
I will say I've been a bit all over this face so far, and the forgiveness is really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I saw the ball speed dipped to, you had like a 152 or 153 on one of those.
Yep. It still got out there pretty good. That might get a little left. Finally got 160 ball speed.
160 ball speed. Woo.
Oh, just a baby left. Okay, cool.
Well, look at this.
Nice. That's what I want to see. Let's see if I can make 2 in a row on that. Nope.
know. That looks pretty good. This is some really
tell
good
you what.
testing. So
This might be the overlooked gem, because there was, I don't know what the impact location is going to show.
that's
but
what I'm gonna
It
show right
certainly
here.
felt to me like it was.
Okay, so let's
kinda
just go
all over the place.
from the front. So
Okay.
towards the toe, high toe, now towards the heel side, back towards the toe. That one's directly center, which makes sense as your fastest ball speed so
Yeah.
far. And then this one was a little bit more towards the toe. So nothing below the equator, I don't think, or maybe there was one kind of a couple hour
Yeah,
on it, but
kinda
you
at
were
it.
sort of
Yeah, there
heel
were-
toe, heel
yeah,
toe.
Yeah.
So to your point, you were, I want to say all over it maybe, but
Felt like all over it,
But look at this dispersion.
this is a really forgiving driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're missing, again, this dashed line is 5 yards
Yeah.
away from the center line.
Yeah.
So you were missing at most 10 yards off line. And you said you missed this, you weren't hitting the center of the face very
Yeah.
frequently with those swings.
Yeah.
Here, we'll bring up the numbers on the chart here. But, I mean, what is there to complain about here? You got a 148 smash on average. The spin is consistent as well at 1832. I mean, look at this, 1833. Then barely over 2,000. Then we're back down to that high teens range. Carry numbers are right around 270 the entire time, 265, 65, 67, 73, 70, 68. Really, really good from the ZX5 Mark II.
Like, that's really good.
So
I would like to apologize to this driver for not maybe giving it as much attention as I should, and I hope that I can, make it up to you in future fittings, because that was good.
So
That was really good.
well,
It was really good from this. I mean, it wasn't maybe that great from me, but it was
what
great
I
from this.
was going to ask is, what do we think can happen here with the ZXi?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
If they made it more stable and more forgiving and lower spinning, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's find out. Let's see what we got here.
I'll be straight up. I have not had time to work with each of the Srixon heads. I've hit the LS driver.
Okay.
I have not hit the standard one. I have not hit the Max.
So we've got the standard one here today.
We've gotten busy early this year with everybody dropping everything, so I haven't had quite as much time to spend with each of these.
Pretty high bar for the ZXi
Yeah,
match.
that was really quite good.
Okay.
Okay.
So the ZXi difference here a little bit. I mentioned how they kind of changed up the cadence or nomenclature of the driver series. They
Yeah.
have adjustable heel to toe weighting. It's not quite as far forward. It's a little bit farther back.
Yeah.
To maintain some of that MOI, but nonetheless, 10 in the toe, 4 in the heel is sort of the standard
Yeah.
setting. But
I like this.
yeah,
Right. I think that's anytime that we have the ability to help somebody correct or create a shot shape, that's a good thing.
yeah. I also like how much that driver is cleaned up versus
Yeah,
the previous, the Mark II.
It's very
yeah.
very simple on the bottom, right? I think both you and I like that real clean
Yep.
aesthetic. Top line on this looks really good. It looks like a good progression on
Yep.
from previous gen to this.
Yeah,
one.
for sure.
So,
Okay, well, let's see. This is
Yeah.
now ZXi.
ZX.
A lot to live up to here compared to Mark
Yeah.
II. How'd that one feel?
Good. Actually, felt really
Yeah.
solid. Probably came off the heel just a smidge.
Okay. We can find out here in a second. A
Oh,
smidge.
Just low. Okay.
A smidge.
A smidge.
Good speed. Really good.
3 bills. Always
Did you-
happy when I see the 3 number.
Did you get to 3 bills with the?
Yeah, I had one go 305.
You did?
I think, yeah.
Do you notice a feel or sound difference between the two?
This one's a little louder.
Okay. That's what I thought too, but I didn't.
Feels
I'm way over here. so.
pretty similar. Like I actually, one of the other segments I mentioned that I like something that feels kind of soft but also fast, and that's what this driver
Yeah.
does. It feels soft, ball coming off of it. I'm hitting Pro V1Xs and it still feels soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the straightest ball flight also I think I've maybe ever seen. Wow. Was that a maybe toe one a little bit? Or no? I'm speculating nearly.
If so, just a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay. That's where I typically live. So that's why I couldn't tell if it really felt like toe, because that's where I normally strike the ball. So yeah, that felt like home to me. Oh,
We're
ball
getting
speed.
some more speed here, folks.
Ball speed.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get 3 bills out of it though.
These tee shots are just not like, I know it's like, I know what your draw looks like. It is not drawing. It's like, it's a straight as an arrow ball flight with, I think, both drivers. It's been really straight.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's turning over. I like that it's turning over to the middle. It doesn't need to turn over to the left
Right.
side. I just want it to turn over. I just don't want it to go left.
Wow. Hey, there's a little bit of a fade.
Hey.
Let's see what we got for numbers of shots. All right, we have 6 of each here.
Okay.
So let me do some tagging quick.
Beautiful.
All right. So, numbers, dispersion, pretty good stuff here. What?
Goodness,
This is really good. So, you want to start dispersion or you want to start numbers?
yeah. We've been doing dispersion.
Yeah.
That's about as up the middle as anybody needs,
Yeah.
or could ask for, honestly.
So you hit 12 tee shots here. 4 of them are within 5 yards of the center line. All 12 of them are within 15 yards of the center line.
Very forgiving driver.
Yeah.
Very forgiving driver. I feel like I'm going to get my opportunity to give this club its due.
Yeah.
You're going to have to ask for it.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but you're going to have to ask for it, because when we've got all these options, you know, we can only do 3, maybe 4 heads in a fitting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we try to do a driver fitting in 30 to 35 shots. You know, you get tired fast swinging hard. So you're going to have to ask for it, but it's something to read up on it, look at it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this is a very forgiving driver.
Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah, we can even bring up the impact locations here. So here's the average with ZXi, okay, and the average with Mark II. Now, I think that's going to show the spin differences that were there.
Yeah. So Mark II is definitely a better impact location.
Yes. Yes.
But
So ZXi, there was a couple that were a little below the center line.
Yeah.
Or below the equator. There's
Yep.
one. There's another. So for whatever reason, your tendency was a little bit below the equator.
Yeah.
That's why the spin is a little higher.
Yeah.
And potentially a little less consistent. Whereas you'll notice, even if we show the total thing, right? I mean, it's a little more tightly packed oval there versus the ZXi, where it's kind of got up toward the toe and then down below. But
we're also seeing same efficiency, right?
Right.
You would
1.48.
expect on the Mark II, up slightly high toe, to have a faster ball speed than catching it, slightly low of center. So this club did a really great job of keeping spin consistency.
Yes, it did.
Throughout. So
yeah. So I think, numbers wise, so you swung the ZXi a little faster. I mean, basically 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit more speed. Your carry distance went up 5 yards.
Yeah.
The total actually stayed pretty similar, and I think that's just because of the spin difference.
Yes,
we should note too, the spin consistency on both was awesome, right?
Yeah.
But that 157 number for the ZX5 Mark II is fabulous.
Really good.
It's fabulous. Height-wise, a little bit more height with the ZXi, but also a little lower launch. Again, that's probably a spin statistic more than anything.
Yeah. Ball speed helps touch with that too.
Yes, it does. Yeah. This is really good. Again, I'm going to go back to this dispersion. This is fantastic dispersion. Like I said, all 12 of those tee shots are within 15 yards of his targeted center line. So that's 12 out of 12 fairways.
Have we ever done one where we didn't have to throw anything out with me? Normally I'm all
Well,
over
that
the
or
place.
yeah, and also it's kind of nice that TrackMan picked up everything correctly as
Yeah,
well.
it did. It got
Sometimes
everything
you have
this
those
time.
issues,
Yeah,
but,
that's good.
but yeah, we
I'm duly impressed.
this was good. This is really good.
It looks good. Sounds on the edge for me.
Yeah.
Right. I hit the LS before, and the LS is louder.
Yeah.
So this one sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a little louder
Okay.
than some drivers, but
I mean, and I will also note that in we filmed the swing report on the ZXIs with Jake Montgomery, actually down on the other side of the store here. And our takeaway from that, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. The spin consistency on the ZXi drivers was phenomenal there too. So I wasn't surprised or shocked to see the Mark IIs have that, or the ZXi be this good. But the ZXi drivers might be a big time sleeper in 2025.
yeah, I definitely think that's they're worth a look.
Yeah.
You know, if you come in with 3 drivers that you want to try, you know, specifically, whatever those 3 are, and if you're looking for a 4th, throw this into the mix.
Yeah.
Just hit it. You might get surprised.
Yeah, you might find that it's going to be best for your game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Srixon drivers. You typically hear a lot of iron talk, but the drivers were the spotlight today. Really good stuff in the testing from Kevin. We were very surprised in a good way about how these things perform.
Yeah.
I guess not surprised, more so impressed.
Yeah.
And I guess the performance surpasses maybe the reputation in the driver category.
Yeah.
I think is what we'll say. So, Kevin, thanks for doing the testing today. Really good stuff.
Sure, this was very cool.
Go get fit for a Srixon driver, whether it's the Mark II series or whether it's the ZXIs in 2025. Really good stuff.
Nice.